I have a question to ask you. Are you too busy earning a living to make any real money? That used to be my life back when I was in the construction business. I had chronic back and neck pain, and I had little time for my family, and my kids were growing up way too fast. Remember The Shining with Jack Nicholson when his wife discovered that the book he'd been writing for months was comprised of a single sentence typed over and over again? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Well, minus all the scary, dangerous stuff like Jack and The Shining. That was my life then. Because besides not having time for my kids, I also didn't have time to do the things I was really passionate about, like windsurfing, surfing, sailing, and riding my mountain bike. Now, all that changed when I discovered the business of buying and selling cars for profit. This business was a radical departure from construction because it enabled me to have the time to be with my kids and to do the stuff I was passionate about, like windsurfing. And all this was being done while I was living on a beautiful island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But to see what's possible, I wanted to show you one of my own personal car deals. Now, this is just one car deal out of countless, but this one particular deal was a nice, clean Toyota Corolla like this one that had 112,000 miles on it. I paid only $950 for it, which was a good deal. Okay, so then I put $141.66 into it, so my total investment in the car was $1,091.66. And I sold it for $3,300 minus the $1,091.66 I had invested in it, resulted in a net profit of $2,209.35. Now let me break this down a little more. That was also a whopping return on investment of 202%. Now you might be thinking, yeah, sure, but you probably spent 1,000,000 hours on that deal to make that kind of money, right? Nope. The total time I invested in that deal from start to finish was only 3 hours. So to take this a step further, I'll enter my profit of $2,209.34 into this online calculator and divide it by the 3 hours I spent on it, which resulted in a net profit of $736.45 per hour. Not too bad, right? Look, I know this isn't $1,000,000, but it sure beats the heck out of breaking my back in construction, or maybe in your case dealing with a hideous boss, right? Now, I don't know you, and I don't know your work ethic or how motivated you are to transform your life into something better. So I'm not making any promises here. I'm just showing you what I've done. But it's not just me, because I have tons of success stories from students all over the world. And one more thing I should mention. I had zero knowledge of cars when I started, and to this day I still don't like to get my hands greasy. And that's the case with most of my students. So here's the deal. I know firsthand that when trying to start something new, one of the hardest things to do is to just get started. So if you're sick and tired of that soul-crushing job and hideous boss, then I have something for you. It's a way to get started, and it won't cost you a penny. It's a free book I wrote entitled 4 Ways to Make Money Buying and Selling Cars for Profit. And in this free book, you'll learn how this guy on a beautiful tropical island in the Caribbean is making thousands of dollars selling cars without having to spend a penny on them. You'll also learn how criminals make millions exporting stolen cars and how you can do this legally, morally, and ethically. And also how Barry made a $6,000 profit from a car he bought for only $1,200. And how people just like you all over the world are making a great income in their spare time and full time from buying and selling used cars from home. So what I have for you here with my free book is the first step to getting started. And it won't cost you a penny to check this out. It's the first step towards transforming your life into something so much better, the life you dream of. So all you have to do to get the free book is just click the button over here to the right, and I hope to see you on the inside.